guest says the president's debate performance proved that he's slipping. Joining us now, former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. I don't even know if we need to go. Welcome, former Speaker. I don't know if we need to go. We all saw. We've been seeing it for a while with our own eyes. I want to get right to what Republicans, since you are one, what should you be hoping for right now? Do you want Biden to stay, or do you want his? I don't know if there are people that can influence him, whether it's his wife or his sister or former President Obama. I don't know who it would be. But do you want him out or do you want him in if you're a Republican?
Well, I don't want to make a decision based upon whether I'm a Republican or Democrat. I really want to look at what is the right thing to do here. And I believe if it's about democracy, this decision was already made. This decision should have been made back before last Labor Day of whether he should run or not. And a lot of that holds with his staff and with his family. This isn't something new. I've been talking about this for more than a year. I spoke about it with Andrew, where we usually had the vice president come after me and denounced what I said. When the Wall Street Journal did this story, they researched it for 6 months. I've watched this president decline mentally almost every single day, and I haven't been shy about speaking it. And the White House staff has really done a poor job here. They tried to mix my words. When I credited the White House staff, they would eliminate the words that I said staff, like I was praising the president's mental capacity. When I negotiated with him, I learned early on he wasn't the same person. I learned that he has to speak from cards when we were doing the debt ceiling. So I would use it as a negotiating tactic where I would disrupt the meeting and he couldn't go on. But now that the whole country sees it, I mean, I think some people owe me an apology like Morning Joe. But one thing I would say is democracy. The public had made this decision. They've gone through the primary. It's too late to change now the course. You've made that decision. Just as the other party, we've made a decision who our nominee is. That's why you go through a primary process. That's why you put people up and let individuals vote and decide who that nominee is.
You would actually use that as a negotiating tactic? I mean, that's... I think about that from the position of what America's enemies are thinking right now.
Well, I've said it on this show before. I've had world leaders still to this day talk to me about where President Biden is. I went into an early meeting at the beginning. I was still the minority leader. We had just won the majority, had been sworn in. We sit down in the Roosevelt room, just the leaders, and he starts reading from notes, which, why are we doing this? We all know where we are. And I remember he started saying something politically, so I just shot back. No, we're not doing that. That's not the position I'm at because I don't want to waste anybody's time. There's no cameras there. There's no reason to talk to notes. We could talk to individuals one-on-one. He's been in office more than 50 years. You've got the other leaders there, too. You need to interject. You need to make your position while you're sitting at the table. There's not a time to be overly formal. But what I saw at that day is he closed his notes. He couldn't continue because I disrupted the train of thought about what he was going through on his notes. You've got to be able to give a give and take in a negotiation. And if he's not going to be the individual, I want to negotiate with the person who can.